have a hands-on session with Dr. Farid today. All right, I will start in 1 minute, okay, so that everybody are ready with everything, okay? Let's get ready. I'm also starting my words now so that we can have a very meaningful session. We can learn a lot for today's session, inshallah. Okay, we'll start. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let's begin our session, this afternoon session with Surah Al-Fatihah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Amin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon everyone. Again to our finale of Ta'aruf Week postgraduate students of IIUM, and we are honored to have our final session today, this afternoon. We are honored to have our Assistant Professor Dr. Muhammad Farid Ali from Kuliah of Islamic River Knowledge and Human Sciences. And Dr. Farid, today he will share with us about thesis formatting. All right, now let me tell you my own story. Okay, words formatting is not easy for some people, like novice like me. Okay, I see that it's quite tedious. So let's learn so that we can from time to time improve our skills in formatting. All right, and I hope everybody's ready with your laptop, with your words, so that we can have a hands-on session with Dr. Farid. So Dr. Farid, I now hand over the session to you. Please welcome Dr. Farid.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I normally start this session with a hadith, which is Inna Allaha Jamil Yuhibbul Jamal. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is beautiful and Allah likes beauty. Right? So normally the Western concept of beauty is not necessarily similar to the concept of beauty in Islam. Normally, which you always hear, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder, which is a very Western, actually based on a very on a Western worldview. Right? That means it is more like what that truth is according to right and wrong is according to everyone, is relevant. This concept is not in Islam. In Islam, it is how Allah tells us what is beauty, what is right, what is wrong. It is based on wahi, okay, not on the person who can decide himself. Okay, so now coming back to here about the thesis, your thesis, all of you are coming back from different backgrounds. Some of you are already working, you used to work, you have your experience. you have your exposure, you are already writers, authors, scholars, previously you have done research, so you have a habit or you are comfortable with a certain layout or style of writing. Okay, now when you come to a university, not necessarily only IIUM, if you go to any university, they will ask you to unlearn what you have learned already, okay, and follow that university's format, that university's layout, or that university's style. Okay, so same goes to IIUM. When you come here, when you do your master's and PhD here, we want your thesis to follow the format, the layout, which is set by IIUM. All right, so CPS is the one who is in charge. They a long time ago came up with a format, a layout, and no matter, irrespective of which kuliah you come from, you have to follow that CPS IIUM thesis format. Okay, so if your thesis is not according to that format, then we will not consider it as beautiful. Okay, you won't be able to graduate even, because yeah, in order to bind your thesis in hard cover, you need to get approval for the format first. Until the format is not correct, you cannot bind the thesis, and if you cannot bind the thesis, you cannot graduate. Okay, so that's why this is actually the first thing you should learn, that even when you start writing your thesis, from the first day, you are supposed to follow the thesis manual. Okay, now I am not talking about the content of your thesis. About the content, the research methodology, the research itself, that is between you, your supervisor, and your lecturers in your kuliah. We are talking about the layout, the format, okay, the margin, footnote referencing style. We are talking about that. All right, so that means we are only concerned about how your research thesis will look like. Okay, the content is between you and your lecturer. Okay, so even people who will check your thesis format, they will not even comment about your grammatical error, about your language. It is not their concern. All right, their concern is about the appearance, how your thesis should look like. Okay, where do you get the manual? So I will start from CPS website. I will share with you the thesis, the website, so that you do not have to rely on anyone else. Okay, you yourself should know how to go to CPS website, and from CPS website you should be able to download the manual. Okay, all right, so I will share my screen. Okay, where is it? Okay, okay, you can see here, this is the if you, this is the Center for Postgraduate Studies website. Okay, and you will see there on the side menu here, resource center. There are many things here. All right, many of the forms, all are here. Okay, so you go to resource center. When you go to CPS website, from there then go to the menu, on the side menu, and then you go to resource center. You click this, and then you click PG policies and procedures. Okay, so this page will open, and you can see here the first tab here is IIUM thesis manual. There are many things here, okay, which is related to our workshop here. Today is this one, IIUM thesis manual, and you see here they have provided you with a template. In the olden days, we used to provide the whole what you call manual, but then the issue there was the manual is so thick, is about 120 pages. The students, just by looking at the size of the manual, they were disencouraged to open and go through it. So to make your life easy, that manual is now broken and provided to you in the form of template, all right, both in Arabic and English. Okay, so the first, this one, number 5, guidelines for thesis format. This is the one which is actually summarizing the entire manual for you in several pages. Okay, so if we click, this is, if you click here, you will open, wait a minute. Okay, you can see my screen?
Okay, Doctor.
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right. So this is that manual. If you click there, this will open. Now, why I'm asking you to look at this, because it is summarizing the entire manual, 120 pages, into a simplified version, with also as a sample, and also with the illustration, so that you can see the margin. All right, so this is the we'll go through quickly through this, because this is how your thesis should look like. All right, your thesis is starting with cover page. Okay, you can see here the cover page should only have the title of the thesis, the word by, name of the author, you yourself, the student, and then university's name and the year of graduation. Okay, now I'll be, inshallah, after this I'll be showing you how to adjust your cover margin. Okay, so your margin is, as you can see here, 6 centimeter from up. Top margin is 6, and then the left is 3.8. Okay, and then the other side is 2.5, and then down bottom again 6.0 centimeter. So this is your cover page. Okay, now last workshop, I think I went directly to the chapters. Okay, this time I'm thinking to start with the cover page. Okay, but in your thesis writing, normally you do not have to worry about these starting pages. Okay, your thesis is actually divided into 2 parts. One is the preliminary pages, from cover page up to the table of content, before your chapter 1 starts. Before that, these pages are known as the preliminary pages. All right, so you will have cover page there, title page, abstract in Arabic, and then you have approval page. You have for PhD, this is for master's approval page. Then you have for PhD approval page, all right, declaration, and then copyright page. There are three types of copyright, okay, and then you have this a dedication page. If you want to dedicate your thesis to your parents, to your sheikh, to some scholar, all right, that is there, that special page there. And then you have acknowledgement, okay, and then last is table of contents, and after table of contents you have list of tables and list of figures, all right, list of cases if you are dealing with court cases and all that, list of statutes, and then symbols, abbreviation, all right. Some of these are optional, some of these are compulsory, okay. So after, so here you see, so from here then your chapter starts. For example, we are giving chapter 2, but actually, so chapter 1 will start only after preliminary pages, okay. Now the numbering is different. For preliminary pages we are using Roman numbers in alphabets, I, 2, 3, the three, the way they write, all right. And then only the normal, the Hindi number, sorry, the Arabic number starts from chapter 1, your page numbering, it will be, you see here, page number is Arabic numbering, okay. For Arabic students, the page numbering is in Hindi numbering, okay. Now, so normally when students are writing thesis, they do not worry about the preliminary pages, okay. Only when you are about to submit, especially now we are requiring you that when you submit for examination, we want at least the abstract and copyright and table of content, all right. So only then you worry about the preliminary pages, but when you are dealing with your supervisor within the kuliah, then you are only concerned about your chapters, all right. So because so sometimes I am also like confused that whether when we are doing a workshop for you as a new student, should we what do you call, should I conduct the workshop about the preliminary pages, or I should start from the chapter itself, because immediately you are going to start writing your chapters, all right. So this is what you are going to follow, all right. Now you can see there everything is provided for you. The chapter 2 double spacing is level 1 heading. The size of the font for the chapter is size 14, okay. Double spacing, then between the chapter and the second level heading, 4 single line spacing, and then font size of the font, the spacing between the lines, paragraph, all right. All these are there for you, but how do you apply it? How do you actualize this in a Word file? Okay, so I will be demonstrating to you some basic things, which normally most of you, you know it, all right. But there are many wonders in Word file itself. Actually, if you master the Word file and how to use Word, MS Word, you can actually publish book on your own. Okay, it's only mastering all those the different windows, all right. There are many small windows within the MS Word, and if you master those basic windows, you yourself can publish. Since now we are talking about online, we are talking about e-publication, e-books, all right? So let me give you example why you need to know this. Okay, when you go to the hospital, you normally see the doctor will ask the nurse to inject you, right? Now, inshallah, soon all of you will be going for the injection, COVID-19 injection. Huh? But does the doctor know how to inject himself? Normally, my personal experience, I feel more comfortable if the doctor injects himself or herself rather than the nurse. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you here is that you are now on the path to become scholars, masters and PhD, all right, postgraduate students. You are going to become scholars. So one, to know your subject matter is one thing, but then when you want to write it, are you going to call a nurse to do everything for you? Are you going to hire a typist for you? Are you going to hire some, another? No, right? You have to do it yourself. So, and this is not something new. If I have seen my professors who were from the generation who were using typewriter, they were masters of writing machine. I do not know anything about typewriting machine because we never used it. We only know about keyboard, right? But older generation, they knew everything about the typewriter because every time they travel, they carry their typewriter with them. And whenever they write their thesis, they open their special bag, open the machine and start typing. Okay, so every generation, our generation now, we are in this world using computers, all right, and using keyboards. So you have to learn it, you have to master it, at least the basics. Okay, how to open file, how to save file. This is kids' job. Now my children can do that who are in class 2 and 3 because they are also going through this online virtual classes. Okay, but you as a master and PhD student, if you are not computer savvy from now, please, I request you, all right, I want to request you personally, you better start learning how to use your computer and how to use these apps. There is no excuse. You cannot come and say to our committees in your defense that you do not know how to type or you do not know how to save file. That is not an excuse anymore. Okay, so I will show you some basic things. We'll start with the Word file. Okay. Okay. You can see the Word file I opened. Or I have to change the option of sharing.
Okay, we can see.
You can see, yeah? All right. So you see, this is your basic Word file. Okay. Now, let's do the margin together. All right. And we are not starting from the cover page. We are starting from your chapter. Okay. So the margin is slightly different. All right. Okay. So we go to, you can see here, page layout. All right. Once we click page layout, we go to margins. Okay. Or another easy way is, if you don't want to go to margins here, You see here, there's a small arrow here under page layout. You click this, this window will open, all right? So windows are full of windows, all right? So words are full of windows. So this is one window, all right? You master this window, that means you know how to manage the margin, the layout, and the paper size of your thesis, okay? So let's do the margin. There are 3 tabs here in this window. In page setup, we have margins, we have paper, we have layout, okay? All right, margin. So you can see when I open this file, this is default setting of your Word file when you open your laptop or your computer, okay? You need to fix it in the starting, because we have many students, they write their thesis on this default setting. Later when they have to fix the margin, it messes up. Yes,
Dr. Farid, I'm so sorry. We cannot see your Word file, your Word page. We only see the IIUM website from your screen sharing.
all right, okay, I'll stop this sharing and I open another sharing. Wait.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for informing. Okay, where is my Word file? Here. Okay, so I'll start again. Huh?
Yes, please. Thank you, Doctor.
All right. So this is your Word file which you opened. Okay, and you can see here you have file, you have home, you have insert, design, page layout. So I clicked page layout. Okay, after page layout, there is a small arrow here. You see here, page setup arrow. I click this and this window opens, right? And in this window, there are 3 tabs. We have margin, we have paper, we have layout. And in all 3 of these, we need to readjust it, because right now, the file which is opened in front of you is the default file which is set by Microsoft. Okay, so you do not want to use that, because if you write your thesis without adjusting that, later when you will change your margin according to our manual, then many things will run. Okay, so you don't want to face trouble then. Okay, so let's do the margin. Our top margin in IIUM is 2.5. Okay, our left margin is 3.8. Why? Because on the left side, we are going to bind the thesis. So that's why you need that space, so that when the binding is done, it doesn't disturb your text. Okay, for students who are writing in Arabic, their right side will be 3.8, okay, not left side. All right, for Arabic writing students, template is there provided for you as well, okay, on the CPS website. Okay, so top 2.5, left 3.8, bottom is 3.0, okay, right is 2.5, okay, so these are the things you will change on the margin. Okay, orientation, your page is portrait, not landscape. Okay, your page is standing, not laying down. Okay, so portrait, orientation is portrait. All right, and preview, you can say apply to whole document. Okay, all right, then we go to paper. Now you can see here, the paper size is letter. This is the default setting. And many students, when they come, when I used to review the thesis, When they come to me, I find out that their theses are written, the entire thesis is on the letter paper. The letter paper margin is different. Okay, so you will have difficulty when you change from letter to A4. We are supposed to write our thesis on A4 paper, not on letter. Letter you will use when you become the boss or you become the manager, all right? Then you need to use letter size to write and type your company letters and company correspondence, all right? Then you can use that. But right here in our thesis, you are supposed to use A4. Okay. And that's all. Don't touch anything else here on the paper. Only A4. Change the letter to A4. Layout. All right. You will only touch here header and footer. All right. Header, make it 0. All right. Footer 1.3. All right. Your footer controls the position of your page number. So if you do not set this 1.3, your page number will be sitting at 2 centimeters from bottom of the page. So when you will go for review of thesis format, most probably the person who is going to review will not approve your format. Okay, so after all these 3 tabs are done, then you press OK. Now this page is ready for writing. Okay, now there is something else I did to this page. I will show you after the chapter heading. All right, so chapter 1. Okay. Okay, you see this another default issue here is, you see when I wrote here chapter 1, if I right click and if I go to paragraph, all right, you see here the spacing, it is saying after is 8 point. What it means is when you write one line, the default setting is it is giving 8 point spacing under that one line. So when you will make something double spacing, that means the computer is adding that 8 point extra. So people like me, when I will look at your thesis from far, I will know that that is not double spacing. It is more than double spacing. All right. Or even single spacing, that means something is wrong. All right. So you remove it. Remove it. All should be 0. Before spacing, before line, after line, both have to be 0 point. Okay, you see now? Okay, we are dealing with chapter heading now. We have basic 3 levels of headings. Chapter heading, 2nd level, 3rd level, and then 4th level. These are basic level of headings used in a thesis. I think it will be very nice if you can maintain your levels of headings up to 3 or maximum 4, not beyond that. Okay. Okay. So let's do your level 1 heading, which is chapter heading. Okay. I highlight after writing chapter 1. Okay, go to home and it should be centered. Okay, should be bold, should be size 14. Okay, now there are 2 ways to do this. Either you can write chapter 1 like this, 1 in words, or 1 in numbers like this. Then colon and let's say intro introduction. Okay. Now this also, there can be two ways to do this. You can write chapter 1 on one line, okay, and instead of giving colon, you can second line, you can write introduction. It can be like this, all right, or it can be chapter 1 colon space, and you have like this introduction. Now the golden rule in English, and not only in English, in Arabic also, but this is a very bad habit. It is relating to typesetting. Students have this habit of spacing before full stop, spacing before colon. These are all bad habits. All right. See this colon before, no spacing, after is spacing. All right. If I put a full stop, after full stop, space 1, but not before. Before is wrong. Okay. Full stop, comma, same rule. Before comma, no space. Okay. After comma is space. All right. Similarly, semicolon, colon, quotation mark, after but not before. All right. So these are some habits which normally students, not only students, sometimes our lecturers as well, they have this habit of spacing before full stop, before comma, before colon. And you know, when you send your book to the typesetter to typeset your book for printing, they have to remove all those things. And every time they remove that, even though they might not be cursing at you because they are paid to do that job, but their heart is harmed by your behavior, right? And mu'min does not harm anyone by min lisanihi wa yadihi, right? A mu'min, a believer, will not harm another person with his tongue or with his hands. Meaning the work which we do, the conduct, the behavior which we are doing every day, our action should not harm another person. Right? So in writing, you are harming the typesetter, you are harming the editor by doing all these foolish things. All right? So please, I'm the person, relevantization person. I will relevantize hadith and Quran also with your writing, okay, with your thesis formatting also, okay. This is how we should be, all right, everything, because our agenda coming to this university is, one of the agenda is Islamization, relevantization, contextualization, all right. How do you apply the teaching of Quran and Sunnah to your modern contemporary life? All right. So here I'm giving you examples. All right. So please get rid of this habit. Do not be so happy every time you write, you keep on pressing that bar to give space. All right. So this is the golden rule. No spacing before full stop, before colon, before comma, before semicolon. Spacing is after, right? So you can see here, colon, spacing, and then introduction. And this is size 14, and this is bold, centered, okay? All right. Now, when I want to start writing my chapter, all right, I need to have 4 single line spacing. Okay, so I enter, because that's why I told you, you have to make this as single spacing, you see. Now I change here also to single. Before text is all 00, no points, all right. Okay, so when I enter, 1, 2, 3, 4. fifth I will start writing. All right, so that means it is giving you how many? 4 single line spacing between the chapter heading, first level heading, and your first paragraph. Now, first paragraph doesn't start with the paragraph right away. It starts with a sub-level heading, which is known as second level heading. All right, so second level heading. Now, normally engineering and other students, they use cardinal numbers. Okay, so that's why and now this has become so accustomed in IIUM that even our Kuliah KRKHS students have started writing using cardinal numbers. All right, what is cardinal number? So chapter 1, 1.1. All right, so this is cardinal number. All right, and let's say background. Okay, so this is second level heading. What is the format? It will always be left side. Okay, always on left side. That means only your chapter heading is in the center. After this, your whole entire chapter, every other subtitle will be on the left side and not in the center. Okay, and in Arabic, your subtitle will be on the right side and not in the center. Okay, only unwanul fasal will be in the center. Chapter heading only will be in the center. All other subtitles will be left side. Okay, what is the format? Left side, not size 14, size 12. Okay, and uppercase, all capital, like the chapter heading, everything is uppercase, everything is capitalized. All right, so similarly, second level heading will be capitalized as well. All right, everything uppercase, capital case. Okay, left side, bold. Okay, and one thing I forgot, we are only using in IIUM, the font is Times New Roman. Okay, our font, official font for our university is Times New Roman. All right, so please, when you open your file to write your thesis, you have to check all these basic things. Your font size. All right, okay, now this is your second level heading, and let me just copy something from my to give you sample of paragraph. Okay. Okay, this is your first paragraph under a subtitle. Okay, now when you write a paragraph, okay, so again I have to highlight, make sure it is size 12. Paragraph is always size 12. Okay, font is Times New Roman and justified. That means ending at the margin. All right, and please do not enter it manually. You see, for example, if I am typing here, position as a leader, all right, let's say I write something else. See, it went down itself. It went to the new line itself. All right, some students have this habit, they want to enter to move it to the new line. If you do that, then it will be difficult for you to correct and to amend. You will have to backspace everything manually. Okay, so when you are typing, let it go to the new line itself. Okay, so this is your first paragraph, and under a subtitle, all right, the first paragraph will not be indented to 1.2 centimeter. Only the subsequent paragraph. Okay, let's say I copy this thing again here. Okay, so this is my second paragraph, but my second paragraph I have to right click, and you see here this, I always tell my students, you see this, when you right click and you see this option paragraph, this is your friend. You can solve many issues in your writing your Word file with this paragraph. This is your friend. So if I click paragraph, this window will open. Okay, and in this window, all right, you see here before text 0, after text 0, that means your text is starting from the margin, ending at the margin, right? But because this is second paragraph, you will go to special, you click here, and you click first line. Okay, first line. So that means this paragraph now going to change your first line of the paragraph, and first line in IIUM, the second paragraph and onwards, all right, have to be 1.2 centimeter indent. All right, so not 1.27, that is default. The Windows default setting is 1.27. IIUM is asking you to make it 1.2. So when I click OK, you see here, let me make it a little bit bigger for you so you can see clearly. Okay. All right, so you can see here the font also. Have to change the font to Times New Roman. Okay, so this is how your paragraph will look, but there's something else. I'm going there, don't worry. Our spacing in the thesis is not single spacing. Okay, so I'll highlight this and I go again to right click. I go to paragraph and I make it line spacing double. Line spacing double. Okay, so this is how your thesis will look like. All right, so you can see only from that second line, second level heading, it is double spacing, but here from your chapter 1 up to here, it is single line spacing. Okay, it is single line spacing. Now let's see, let's say if we have a chapter heading which is more than one line, then what we will do? Okay, let's do, right, introduction to history of Islamic philosophy. All right, philosophy and sciences. Okay, now you can see here the chapter heading is more than one line. Okay, so the policy is for chapter heading, for chapter heading, if it is more than one line, it have to be double spaced. All right, but how do you do the double spacing? All right, because if I make this double spacing, all right, you see what will happen. You see, it gives double spacing even under the the second line, it has doubled. So when you will measure, it will not be perfectly 4 single line spacing. So to avoid that, what you will do, leave it single, right? And you enter the spacing between these two lines in the first what do you call level heading manually. So if I click at philosophy and enter, sorry, at the Islamic, all right? So it is double spacing, but you have to do it manually so that it doesn't disturb here your 4 single line spacing. Okay, all right. Now let's go to, we have done first level heading, second level heading. What if your second level heading is also more than 1 line? What is the rule? The rule is like this. Let's say okay. So the rule is, if your second level heading is more than 1 line, it have to be single spaced, not double spaced. All right. So you can see the rule change already. Only your chapter heading, if it is more than 1 line, it will be double spaced. After that, any subtitle or any second level, third level, fourth level heading more than 1 line, it have to be single spaced. Okay, so what I will do, highlight, okay, go to paragraph, okay, or I right click, go to paragraph, okay, remove hanging, no hanging. All right, alignment is justified, okay, and line spacing is single. Okay, press OK. All right, now what I will have to do now, I have to give the spacing manual like this. All right, so this is how it will look. All right, second level heading more than 1 line, it have to be single spaced, bold, left aligned, okay, uppercase, all capital. All right, and before you start writing your chapter, first line of your chapter, you have to have one manually, you have to give 1 line so that it shows that it is double spacing. All right, second paragraph, third paragraph, fourth paragraph, all first line will be indent 1.2 centimeter. Default setting of the Windows is 1.27. So you need to change it to 1.2. All right. Okay. Now let's go to level 3. Okay. I click here. Let's say, okay, when you are going to a new subtitle, you see what I'm doing here, because many students will have difficulty in this, but it's very simple. This is how you troubleshoot. All right. When I want to go to a new subtitle, and I am now standing at the end of the paragraph, all right, after full stop. So what you will do, enter once, enter second time, right, and then start writing. So, and since this is a subtitle I want to write, so I need to go to back to the margin. So backspace to, okay, you can backspace to margin here. All right, once one enter, second enter, and the number will be now 1.1.1. This what will tell you the level of the headings. If 3 numbers, that means it is a third level. All right. So let's say what is ilmul mantiq? Okay. What is the rule? What is the format? Okay, bold, level 3. Yeah. You see here this one big A, change case. All right, I go here and change the case, capitalize each word. All right, and then I go to paragraph, make sure the spacing is all 0. Okay. All right, so if I enter now, backspace, all right, and I start writing my paragraph again. Okay. Okay, you see here, the rule says we want 3 single line spacing after the paragraph and the new subtitle. Between this, the last paragraph and the new subtitle, we want 3 single line spacing. So when you have double spacing, I entered once, then second time I entered and I started writing. So automatically it will give you 3 single line spacing. All right? You do not have to do it manually. When you are on double spacing, you enter once, enter twice, start writing. Automatically it will give you 3 single line spacing between the new subtitle and the last paragraph. Okay, so this is the rule. Okay, now a thesis is very beautiful and the discussion is in control if you have chapter heading and then you have 1.1, the second level, and then you have the third level. Once you start to have fourth level, still okay, acceptable, but that means you are expanding too much. Then you know, because you don't want to have lot of subtitles in your paragraph, in your thesis, in your chapter, it disturbs the reader. All right. So let's say, let's do one more, level 4. Okay. Let's say you have level 4. Okay. I finished my level 3 discussion. Okay. Now I want to go to level 4. So what do I do? Enter once, and so enter twice, and then 1.1.1.1 4 times, because this is fourth level. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. What is the rule? Okay. Wait. Okay. It's good to happen like this. At least I can also discuss with you something else here. Okay. Bold. Okay. Fourth level, bold, and one more feature to it. Bold, and the case is only the first alphabet, title case, and italicize. All right, this is fourth level. All right, the fourth level is italicized. Okay, now the rule is, in our thesis, at the end of the page, if you have one subtitle, it should have minimum 2 lines of a paragraph. Otherwise, move it to the next page. Okay. And similarly, the rule is for the paragraph. If you have a paragraph at the end of the page, minimum 2 lines of that paragraph should be there. Otherwise, if the paragraph is only having 1 line at the end of a page, move it to the new page. Understood? I repeat again, if you have a subtitle at the end of a page, that means you need to have 2 lines of a paragraph with it. Otherwise, move it to the new page. Right? Similarly, if you have a paragraph at the end of a page, minimum 2 lines of that paragraph should be there. If less than that, move it to the new page. Okay, so you can see here, this thing, the only standing alone, the paragraph is on a new page, so cannot. All right, so what do I do? Control enter. If you control enter, it will move to the new page and it will not go up again. No matter what you do to it or what you do the previous page, it will not move up. All right, control enter to move it to a new page. All right, okay. Page number, you didn't do the page number yet. Okay, so I'm still on this page. We go to
Doctor,
yes.
I'm so sorry. For the fourth level,
Mm-hmm.
the subtitle,
Yes.
Kutub Ashirazi, the size is 11 or 12.
It's 12. Sorry, I have to change because
Okay.
this is default setting of my computer.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
Everything after chapter heading is size 12 and Times New Roman. Okay, like this. Thank you very much for reminding. Okay, let's do the page number. So what I will do, I'll go to insert. How to, okay, yes. You see here, insert.
Can see.
Right. Okay, insert. You see this ribbon opens and you go to page number here. You see page number. I click here. Now it will ask you for options. In IIUM thesis, the page number is at the bottom of the page. See all this option open, right? Then you go here, bottom of the page, center of the page. Bottom center. All right. So you can see now I have page number at the bottom of the page. But this is not yet done. You need to do troubleshooting now. You see that default is whenever you insert a page number, bottom of your page, it gives an extra empty line under the page number. That extra line increases the margin. So when people like me will measure with the ruler, we want to see it 1.3 centimeter. But because you have one empty line there, all right, then it will not be 1.3. So what do? You go to that empty line, click on it and delete it. You see, the page number went down. You will only have to do it for one number. It will fix it for the whole chapter. Okay. and then I click inside. This is now the footer, right? We have opened the footer. When you insert page number, it automatically opens the footer and the header for the next page. So if you double click on your text, it will close it. Okay, so you can see now we have page number. Okay, we have page number now. Okay, page number is Hindi number, Arabic number for English thesis and Hindi for Arabic thesis. Okay, all right, there's something else here before we go to, let's say you have a 5th level heading. Not much difference. 5th level will be same like the 4th level. Only difference is it will not be bold. It will be same italic, left side, size 12, and not bold. That is 5th level. If you have 6th level, all right, in that case, what you will do, it will be left side, italic, not bold, all right, and one extra feature, you will underline it. That is 6th level, all right? So, but it's best to maintain your thesis for better control, to just maintain it within 4 levels of heading, so that you do not have paning kapala and headache when you will be doing some technical things like table of content, all right, and all those things. It will be very problematic. Okay, okay. While we are still on this chapter, there is something called quotation. If you are quoting a hadith, quoting a scholar, quoting someone else, then if the quotation is more than 1 line, you need to put that quotation in block text. Okay, how we are going to do that? For example, let's say, for instance, you see here, our discussion is going on, all right, and then you want to have a quotation. Let's say, let's consider this whole thing as a quotation, all right? So what do? Make sure the quotation is from the margin like this. You highlight the thing. You need to separate it from the paragraph. In order to do the block text, you need to separate it from the paragraph. It has to be a separate paragraph. Okay, highlight, right click, paragraph. Okay, all right, your friend opened here now. This is our friend, paragraph. Okay, before text, 1.2 centimeter. After text, 1.2 centimeter. No special, none. All right, spacing, single. Okay, justified. Press OK. This is your block text. Right? This is your block text. And when you are putting your quotation in block text, you do not need this. You have to delete this quotation marks, because putting something in block text, it means you are quoting it. You have quoted the entire thing, right? And then you should insert a footnote for that. From where you are getting it, you should get a footnote, a reference. All right. Now talking about the reference, it depends on your kuliah and on your department. KRKHS have 2 wings. RK, reveal knowledge, and the other side, they are human sciences. All right. All the RK departments following Chicago style footnotes and bibliography. All right. The human sciences, faculty of education, all right, engineering and other colleges, most of them are using APA style. Right, that means you are using in-text citation, author date system. You only in the paragraph, the name of the name of the author, comma, year of publication, close the parenthesis, and that is done. You don't have to write anything in the footnote. But Chicago style, you need to write the complete citation in the footnote. All right. So for that, the manual is providing the sample. You can go through it, and you can also follow the manuals given online. All right. APA also has its own, and also Chicago. All right. Okay. Now, paragraph done, 4 levels of heading done. All right. Block text done. Now there's something else very important which you all use a lot, and that is numbered text. When you provide a list, 1, 2, 3, 4, all right. So for example, I went to the new paragraph, and when you want to write something in numbered text, you write number first, 1 dot, and when you space, see automatic, it will set it as a numbered text. Right? For example, I said apple, pear, banana. All right. All right. Now this is your numbered text. All right. What is the format for numbered text? Let's do that together. First, it will not be bold like this. Okay, unbold. Okay, here you will learn a new window. If I click on the number only.
Baju tak ada.
Baju tak ada.
Please keep your microphone muted, everyone.
Okay.
I would like to remind again. Thank you.
Pakai baju ya. Okay. All right. So you click the number, right? You can see it will highlight itself. Right click. Right click. Now this is a new window you're going to learn. Adjust list indents. Adjust list indents. This small window will open. This is another friend of yours, right? This window controls the position of the number, the position of the text, and also position of the second line as well. All right. So number position in our manual is 1.2 centimeter. From the margin, your number 1, 2, 3 have to be 1.2 centimeter. The text after the number from the margin should be 2.0. Not more than that. Okay. And tab stop, which controls the second line, also have to start from that 2 centimeter. So have to change 2 like this. So always text indent and tab stop is same. Okay. And number position is 1.2 centimeter. Okay. Press OK. Yeah, this is our numbered text according to IIUM manual. Okay. Now, what if you have sub numbers? You have number 1, and under number 1 you have A, B, C, D. Okay. Let's say apple. I enter. It gives you 2 automatic, so we don't want number 2, but what I'm looking at is, let's say, A. Okay. Royal Gala. B. Smith. C. Okay. All right. How do we control here? If I click on A, right click, again I go to adjust list indent. Okay. So now the formula. The formula in the numbering is every time you start a new level of numbering, you add 0.8 centimeter to make your life easy. Yeah? Remember this formula. Every level, new level of numbering will be 0.8. You add. So 1.2 centimeter is your number, position number 1. Now you want to have under number 1, you want to have A, B, C, D. So you add 0.8. So the position of A, B, C, D will be how much? 1.2 plus 0.8. 2 centimeter. Yes, 2. Very good. All right. Okay. Now the text after A again add 0.8. So, sorry, number position should be 2. The text should be 2. Keep on adding 2.0 plus 0.8, 2.8, and always index and tab stop is same. It is 2.8 also, like this. All right. So this is your numbered text according to our manual. Okay. Now, beside the numbered text, we also use bulleted text. They follow the same measurements. All right. They follow the same measurements. So let's say after this, I put a bullet. Okay. Normally bullet will be, I'll just go here and put any bullet. All right. And let's say tropical fruits, seasonal fruits, winter fruits. All right. Okay. Again here, if I click on the bullet, right click, same, it uses the same window, adjust list indent. Measurement is same. The position of the bullet is 1.2. The text indent is
2.0 centimeter.
very good. Yes. And tab stop
2 centimeter.
also always same. Very good. All right. So this is how bulleted text is. Okay. So so these are some of the basic things which you use writing your thesis. All right. Subtitle, chapter heading, paragraph, bulleted text. All right. And then you have numbered text, bulleted text, block text, quoting people. Okay. You want, okay, let me demonstrate to you one Chicago style footnote. All right, let's say you see here, I'll show you one example of APA style of citation and one Chicago style. All right, so let's say I'm what do you call, this discussion is going on. At the end of the paragraph, Now I have two options. I can provide in APA style. I can open a parenthesis, all right? Some people call it brackets. Brackets are normally not used in English, yeah? But that is informal. Yeah? All right, so we open the parenthesis, all right, one side of the paragraph, and author date system. Yeah? So let's say the author here is, so let's say the author is Muhammad Farid Ali Al-Fijawi. So the surname you will use is, either you will use my Al-Fijawi or you will use Ali, all right, surname, comma, my book was published, let's say in 2007, all right, close it. This is APA style, that's all. Other detail of that book you will provide in the bibliography at the end of, or in the reference at the end of your thesis after your conclusion. All right? Here in the text, you will only provide this much. This is APA style. Now, if you have option, you can stop the sentence first and then provide the APA, or you can put the full stop, the period after. Is up to you, is optional, but be consistent. If I start like this, that means the entire thesis should be like this. Otherwise, you'll confuse the reader. All right, be consistent. All right, okay. So this is APA. So that means those people who are following APA, you don't have any headache about providing the complete footnote, the documentary note style citation in the footnote. You don't have to worry about that. All right. But human sciences, normally, all right, humanities, all right, Islamic revealed knowledge in our case, we provide it in the footnote Chicago style. So what is Chicago style? Let me give you one example. Let's say this is block text. Right, this is block text and I need to provide a reference for it. All right, a citation for it. So I click here after the full stop. Then I go to, you see here up in the ribbon, references. I go to references and you see insert citation. All right, I click and where is it? All right, citation, I click. Oh, sorry, so not here. Insert footnote. References, we have insert footnote. All right, I press and you see it gave a number 1, and also gave number 1 here in the footnote. All right, okay, basic. I only give you one example. Basic Chicago style for citing a book, a basic book. Okay, name of the author, how it is. You don't have to worry about a surname to put first. No, this is not for the footnote in Chicago style. People make mistake. Surname, putting it in the starting is for bibliography. In the footnote, you have to put the name of the author, how it is. All right, for example, Muhammad Farid Ali Al-Fijawi, comma. After author's name, comma. And after comma, what is the golden rule?
Spacing.
Yes, very good, spacing. And not before, right? Can we have spacing before?
Haram.
Haram, cannot, tak boleh. Okay, very good. Okay. All right. So now, title of the book. let's say for the recent book is 40 hadiths on leading the way. Okay. All right. Now this is the title of the book. I highlight the title. It have to be italicized like this, italic, ma'ilun. But in Arabic, you will not italicize the title of the book. You will make it bold. So that's why sometimes our Quran and Sunnah and students from Islamic studies, they have that habit of writing in Arabic and making the title of the book bold. So when they write in English, they do the same. In English, your title of the book have to be italicized, not bold. In Arabic, make it bold. Okay? All right.
Excuse me, Professor.
Yeah.
If you use Mendeley, so Mendeley will manage everything by its. It will work for the thesis, or
yes, yeah. Why not? Actually, I think that SMART. What is that place? There is a small center, SMART, near that Human Science Cafe. And they are always offering courses to students, Mendeley and other, all these options which you can use to make your life easy. All right, so students should always be waiting. Our Kuliah, KRKHS, will be offering this workshop soon for all our students. Might be if you can join. All right, how to use Mendeley. All right, and this, yeah, it will make your life easy. Okay. All right.
Thank you, Professor.
Yes. After the title of the book, you open the parenthesis, because in English, there is no comma before parenthesis. Understand? Because parenthesis is itself a type of comma. So you do not need a comma before a parenthesis in English. All right? Even though in the sample of our manual, they provided it, we need to fix that. It is wrong. All right? So you open a parenthesis like this, and first thing you will write is place of publication. Kuala Lumpur. After place of publication, colon. No space before colon. After, right? Publisher's name, IIUM Press. Okay, then comma. After comma, space. You see, this is your habit. You have to make yourself make it as your natural reflex. Okay, comma, immediately space, but not before that. Okay. All right. IIUM Press, comma, space. Let's say this one is last year's book. So 2020. I close the parenthesis now. After that, I put comma. After we put comma, right? Space, page number, let's say 25, and full stop. Now our footnote, if you have footnote like this citation, it needs to be justified like this. That means start from the margin, end at the margin. Now people who are writing in APA style of citation, they also sometimes make mistake. There's a misconception. It does not mean you cannot have notes in the footnote. Understand? Notes in the footnote is different from citation in the footnote. They are two different things, totally different. One is cat, one is dog. All right. Citation in footnote. That means you're providing the reference, the work you cited. That is one thing in the footnote. Now, if you are writing in APA style, or even I'm writing in Chicago style, and I think that something I should not mention it in the paragraph, it will increase the number of lines, but that information is important. Let's say definition of a term. So I can provide that definition in my footnote. That is a note. And you can do that even if you are following APA. All right, clear? Yes?
Clear.
All right. There are many people.
Yes, Professor. Yes,
Yeah.
Professor.
Yes, quite clear.
Inshallah, everything is clear. Thank you.
Okay. Barakallahu fiqh. Barakallahu fiqh. All right. So we are done with the basic rest. You can see in the manual the samples of Chicago style. All right. At the end. Okay. Now let's go to, what is the time now? I'm supposed to talk till when?
The session supposed end around 4:30, Doctor.
Okay.
You still have time.
Alhamdulillah. All right. Okay. Let's do tables. All right. Now you are writing, and we'll do table. And before, okay, let's do table. Then I will teach you page break to how to go to a new chapter. Okay. Okay. So okay, I'm done with the numbering, let's say, and we have one more paragraph. Okay. Okay. Now let me fix this first. It has to be size 12 and English and Times New Roman. Okay, when you provide something in numbered text or bulleted text or even block text, and then the paragraph after that, now you have to decide if the discussion is continuing. That means it is not a new paragraph. That means if it is not a new paragraph, the discussion is continuing. In that case, you do not have to indent the first line. Okay, let's say here our discussion was going on, and then we started to provide a list of fruits, and then I'm continuing the discussion. Right? So in that case, I do not have to indent the first line of this paragraph. This will show the reader that the discussion is going on. But in case your discussion has ended at number 4 and you are now starting a new discussion, all right, new, that means in that case, I need to indent the first line of the paragraph. Right click, go to paragraph. Okay, who can tell me what to do if I want to indent first line of a paragraph? Anyone?
Just indentation.
Oh, paragraph. I go to where? Special.
First line.
First line.
First line. What is the format? What is the rule?
1.2.
Yes, 1.2. Very good. All right. Okay. 1.2. So this is how it continues. All right. So let's start with the table. Okay. At the end here, end of this page 2, I do not have space. So I go to new page. Table will not fit here. Okay, so what I can do, if I want to go to new page, what do I do? Control?
Enter.
Control enter.
All right, control enter. I'm on a new page now. Okay, first thing in the table is your table heading. Table heading, if your chapter or your entire thesis is only having one table or two table, in that case, you do not have to use the numbering of your table heading. But if you are having a chain of tables, each chapter 3 tables, 4 tables, in that case, there should be a numbering system. All right. How do we number table? The table number is numbered according to the chapter. So this is chapter 1, right? So chapter 1, the table number will be like this, 1.1 space. Okay. And then you come up with a heading for the table. Let's say record of okay. Table heading will always be in the center of the page. Okay. Who can troubleshoot this? Is this really in the center of the page?
Not really.
You see, do you think this is really center of the page? Who can tell me what is wrong here?
It shouldn't be at the center, should be on the
Should be at the
left.
center, should be, but it
Should
is
be?
not fully at the center.
Okay.
Because we adjust to the first line.
No, if I highlight, I go to the paragraph, it is having that special one line thing. So even though it is centered, but because it has this indentation of 1.2, so it will not be perfectly centered. So I need to remove it. Now it is perfectly centered. All right? Understand? So sometimes you have to be careful with these small things. All right? Because table heading have to be in the center. Okay, so you need to also get rid of that indentation because every time when you'll enter, it follows the previous paragraph setting. Okay, all right. Why is like this? Okay, so in basic table, inside table, I go here and I come up with estimated columns and rows. All right. Okay. Table, whether you want to have the border to be seen, not to be seen, we do not control what are you doing inside the table. The main concern of IIUM format is your table have to be within the margin, that's all. Right, you see this this boundary here, this boundary is according to your margin. So your table cannot be outside your margin. Otherwise, when you will bind your thesis, it will create trouble. Okay, so you have your table heading. Okay, and since this is double spacing, so it's okay. Automatically, you have one single line space here, and you have your table. Right? Example, so you can be creative how you want to put your table. You can go and play with that layout, with the design, okay, shading, up to you how you want to, but our concern is that your main table margin, both sides, should not be outside the margin. All right. Okay. So
Excuse
this is
me,
your
Dr.
table. Huh? Yeah.
Excuse me. What about if we have so many columns so that we put it in landscape?
Yes, you can. Okay, if you want to make it landscape, okay, a little bit complicated. You need to break the page first. Breaking the page, I will tell you. Let's see if I'll have time. We have time today. I will show you how to make it landscape. All right, because I haven't taught you yet how to break the page. Okay, breaking page. Soon we are coming to that. Then inshallah we'll discuss this. Okay.
So it is allowed to.
Oh
put
yeah,
it in-
yes, yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You can even have a folding page. Like you can have a big A3 size, but you need to only bind one side of it, and you have to learn how to fold it, and then the folding will be according to the size of the thesis. Like the old books, when sometimes you open the map opens bigger than the book, right? You can do that even now in our thesis. We allow that option, right? Yes. Okay, the main thing here is your table heading. So if it's chapter 2, table number 2, it will be 2.2, the numbering system. And the table heading is not bold. All right, one single line spacing between the table and the heading. Okay, slight different from figures. All right, table, if you are borrowing it from somewhere, please make sure under the table you can write source, all right, colon, and write, let's say, international something, right, market, right, something like that. All right, so left hand side, you can even make the size size 10. Okay, and it is better if you are using someone else table, please do this, because sometimes this is not amana. This is not amana. If you have borrowed or copied a table from someone else's book or internet, you write your source there, nothing wrong with it. Okay. Okay, now there's something else here, is the figure. Okay, the difference between figure and the table is, figure, let's say you have a graph or something, all right? So do I have any sample of a graph? Okay, let's say you have this. Okay, make it smaller. Okay, if I have a figure, I should, the legend of that figure will be bottom, like table, the heading of the table is on top. If I have a figure, a graph or anything, I need to have it below the figure, let's say, and it also have a numbering system. figure let's say chapter 1, and this is the first figure of the chapter 1, figure 1.1, legend. All right, and then you will write the name of that, what is that figure about. Let's say list of fruits or something, whatever. All right, so this is a difference. You see, the figure, the legend is under the figure, but table, the heading is on top. Both are following the same numbering system. It follows the first number belongs to the chapter. All right, so the table will have its own numbering in a chapter, and figure will have its own numbering in the chapter. Okay, okay, now let's go to breaking the page, because now let's say we are going to a new chapter. Okay, so I control enter. Okay, and I write chapter 2. Works, let's say, right, example. Okay, what is the rule? Chapter heading, someone repeat, tell me what to do.
No special.
Okay.
14.
14. Font.
Times New Roman.
Times New Roman.
Okay, and centered, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right, very good. Okay, let's do just one paragraph so that easy for you. How many single line spacing before I started the paragraph after chapter heading?
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Four
Fifth
single.
one. All right, and then you just have to make it first paragraph. If there is no subtitle, what do we do? Justified.
Right click. Click right.
Okay, right click, go to paragraph.
Okay, first line.
No, this one is if a paragraph is immediately you start from with a paragraph, first paragraph. The rule is it will not be indented. Understand? First paragraph under chapter heading or first paragraph under any subtitle, it will not be indented. Only second paragraph and onwards. Right? This one, the second paragraph, then that will be following, all right, that indentation. I go to special 1.2. Yeah, like this. And spacing is how much?
Double spacing.
Double spacing.
Double.
Okay. Okay. Now I need to break chapter 1 from chapter 2. You need to break the chapters, even though they are in one file, because when you go to later chapter 3 and 4, and if you do some editing in chapter 1, if you have the page break, it will not affect anything on chapter 2. Right? So otherwise you'll be lost. You will not know you did something in chapter 3 and the effect will be on chapter 5. All right? So you need to break it. And there are many other benefits of breaking the chapter. For example, our IIUM rule is every footnote have to restart from every chapter. Every new chapter, you have to restart the numbering of the footnote. How to do that? You can only do that if you have a break between the two chapters, section break. Okay, so how do we do that? So I click at the end of chapter 1. Okay, click at the end of chapter 1. I go to insert. Sorry, in that case, oh, wait, this thing is blocking me. I go to page, no, I go to page layout, not insert. You go to page layout. Okay, you can see that ribbon opens and you see here breaks. There are many types of breaks. All right, I click here on this break. I go here, section break. You see, read what it is saying. Insert a section break and start the new section on the next page. All right, so I insert here. All right, okay, so you can see this is a new section. How do I know the section is broken or not? You double click on the page number. You see, section 1 and chapter 2 is on section 2. That means you have inserted the section break. Okay, so if I insert a footnote here in chapter 2 now, okay, I go to references, insert footnote. All right, you see number 2, right? So what do? I go to footnote setting on top, and this is your footnote number. This is another window, footnote and endnote window. You see here numbering, it is saying continuous. You have to select restart each section and apply. See, so now is number 1. Chapter 2.
Again, please.
Okay, again, I insert the footnote. You mean the section break or the footnote?
The footnote.
Okay, footnote. All right, I insert a footnote here. All right. And then I go to footnote setting. Okay. And numbering here, you choose the option restart each section. Because if it is continuous, it will continue the numbering from chapter 1. So by the time you will reach chapter 3, your footnote will be like 200. We don't want that. All right, our manual is asking restart every chapter, restart numbering. So that's why section break is very important. Okay, there's another reason I'll tell you now, or why you need section break. Oops. Okay, you see, remember I was telling you that before we started our chapter 1 here, okay, you have preliminary pages before this. The title, the cover page, title page, and abstract. All those things are not, the numbering is Roman numbers. So how do you have a Roman number for some pages, and then from chapter 1 you have numerals? How do we do that? Okay, here again you click here, okay, enter once, click on top here, and we go to page layout, we go to breaks, and we go to section breaks, next page. All right, okay, so it has now broken. You see now we have chapter 1 starting from here. All right. Now what I will do, I will go to section 1. Section 1 is here, right? This is section 1 now. Okay. I will go to insert, and then I will go to page numbering. Page numbering. Where is it? No, wait a minute. This thing is disturbing me. Now can I go to page layout where I can edit the, okay, let me try here. Double click on the number, I highlight the number, I right click, format page numbers. Okay, format page numbers. This small window will open. All right, this window is for page number. I can choose the number format. I can choose here Roman numbers. Okay, and press OK. Okay, you can see here now, this section is having Roman number and chapter 1 is having numeral. But then what I can do, I can click on the number, right click, format page number, all right, and start at 1, not continue, start at 1, press OK. So you can see now I have chapter 1, all right, starting at number 1, and I have here before chapter 1, I have preliminary pages which is having Roman numbers. So you can see this is the benefit of section breaks. Okay, so section break is very important. You have to get used to it. So you see my chapter 2. All right, okay, it is following 3 and then 4. Okay, so if I want to have one page as landscape, okay, let's say I have started writing the chapter 2 here. All right, my chapter 2 is here, and I need to put a big table, or I need to have some kind of illustration figure which needs a landscape page. So again, what I will do, I will enter, I will insert, I'll go to page layout, I'll go to breaks, I will go to next section break, next page. All right, so now this page 5, all right, the page 5 is now broken already. See, if I click on the number, see, page 5 is now section 4, not section 3. So that means I can change anything on this page. So if I click here on page 5 and I go to page layout, remember in the starting we did this page setup, that small arrow there, I click that, okay, and I go to margins, margins, and change this to landscape and apply to this section only, this section, the one I clicked on page 5, and press OK. You see, if I make the view small, then you'll be able to see. So this is, you see, page 4 is portrait, and suddenly your page 5 is landscape. But then in order to continue with your normal page again after page 5, you need to have again page insert section break and reset your page to what do you call portrait again. You get the idea? Yes?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, understood.
All right. Okay. Now, how do we get this text boundary? Because normal when you open your file, no lines are there, right? Normally the
Yes, that's
default
true.
is,
Yes.
yeah. So what do you do for this? You go to file, all right? If you are using old Windows, you will have that window button, office button, the round one, all right? Basically is all same. Huh? You go to file, go to file, go to options, and then you go to advanced. Right now, all these things here controls your page and the features of your page. So if I go down here, you see show document content. What else you want to see on your document, your file when you open? So you can see here, I clicked here, show text boundaries. And this text boundary follows your margin setting. Whatever your margin is, it will show you the boundary according to that. So when you are writing your thesis, to be sure that you are writing within the margin and easy for you to control your text. So that's why, but when you print, it will not come out, don't worry. It's only for you to, a type of guideline for you. Huh? You can take it out, okay? You can, okay, something else here on the document content. You see here numeral. My setting is context. Why? Because sometimes I write, I need things in Arabic. So there are numbers in it. All right. So when I set to content, context, so if I change to Arabic, the numbers will be Hindi. Right. But when I write in English and I write numbers, it will be Arabic numbers. It's very funny, eh? English, the numbers are called Arabic, and Arabic, the numbers are called Hindi. All right. So otherwise, normally, if you are not writing in Arabic at all, then you can leave the setting to Arabic. There's no English numbers in the world, right? Either it is Arabic numbers or Hindi numbers. All right. So for English, 1, 2, 3, 4, these are all Arabic numbers. All right. So you can choose either Arabic, but if you are writing in both language, then it's better you set your setting to context. All right. So your system, your PC, your laptop automatic will follow. Okay. Okay. That is all in that. So you can do your setting here. Press OK. So you will be able to see the text boundary. Okay. Now, so that was your page layout and section break. Okay, let's quickly do the abstract. Okay. Even before abstract, you have many things, but just for your, we have, okay, abstract, the heading follows the same chapter heading rule. What is it?
Single line.
Single line, size?
14.
14 times New Roman.
Times New Roman, very good, and centered, right? Okay, then
4 spacing. No.
1, very good. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Fifth one, I'll start writing. Okay, what is our rule for our abstract in our IIUM? justified. Okay, not centered, it is justified. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three. There should be one more line. Okay. Okay. The rule is abstract starts with page 2, Roman number, not 1. All right. Because before abstract is your title page. It is counted but not numbered. So your setting here will be, if I double click on that number, Roman number, I right click, I go to format page numbers, I start at 2. So your abstract, English abstract starts with page 2, Roman number. Make it a little bit big so that you can see. Okay, page 2, Roman number. Okay. Abstract is not indented and only one paragraph. This is the rule of our abstract. Okay, that means you cannot have 2-3 paragraphs in an abstract. You have to complete whatever you want to say in one paragraph. No indentation. And you have to fit it all in one page, not 2-page paragraph, only 1 page. All right. So what is the main idea of the abstract? Because you have to understand, I am also editor-in-chief of Journal of Islam in Asia. Many of you, when you want to graduate, you will submit your paper for publication in this journal as well. All right, and I am very particular about abstracts. Okay, abstract is not introduction. In abstract, this is what we are looking for. Problem statement or background of the study. Number 1. Number 2, we are looking for your methodology, which methodology you used to solve that problem statement, that issue. All right, methodology of study or research. And number 3, important findings. That's all. Only these 3 points you need to express in an abstract. Nothing else. If it is beyond this, that means you are not writing an abstract, you are writing an introduction. Okay? So please, whenever you submit your paper, this is what you should be doing. All right? What is the problem? All right, tell us 3-4 lines. Then what is the methodology you used to solve that issue, to study that issue? All right, and just tell us the most important findings, 1 or 2 only. Might be your findings are 10 or 15, but you just tell us the most important one there, creative. All right, and that's all. No using of the word hence, thus. All this cannot be used in abstract. Abstract is a very straightforward half page, 200 to 250, 300 words, and that's all. Okay, so please, I know most of you will still not start straight away. You will not start writing your thesis. You will be doing your coursework, but some of these things which I have said today, these are very beneficial. I'm your elder brother. I'm always around in this campus. All right. Whenever you want, you come. Inshallah, if the campus is open from 1st March, when I'm in my office, you come. All right. Drop by, have tea with me. I always have a lot of teas in my office. All right. Have tea with me. Get your laptop. And if I don't have any other class, I will tell you to fix it. I will guide you. Okay. All right, so that's all I think for today. And if I have insulted or said anything harsh to anyone, please forgive me. All right. Sometimes I talk like this, but I do not mean it. All right. Inshallah, I am looking forward to meet you, to see you. All right. We are all learning. I am from
Thank you so much.
Usulul Fiqh department. Nothing to do with these words, Windows words, all right? But I learned it. I made it a problem for me to learn it, all right? So I believe you can do that better than me, okay? All right.
May I ask you one more question?
Yes.
All right.
Doctor, I have one simple question.
Yes.
It is regarding the general usage of transliteration. Some supervisor is very religious about it. Some are not that into it. So can you explain the general rule of using transliteration in our writing?
Transliteration, the general rule is this. The words which are already common in English language, we do not need to transliterate those. Example, Islam. You don't need, because the whole world is writing it like ISLAM, that's all. All right. So words which are already common in English, you don't need to transliterate it. Words which are technical, very important for the discussion, right? Those words should be transliterated so that people, when they read, they do not make mistake. This should be the guideline, right? The benchmark to decide, because sometimes some people have this bad habit, everything transliteration. All right, Islam, Tawheed, all these words are already common in English. Muhammad Farid Ali, don't need to transliterate my name. All right, even Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Muhammad, that's all. Quran, Sunnah, these are already used in English. It's common in English, so no need to transliterate it, right? So that means the bottom line is words which can create confusion for the reader. So you are helping him to understand what is this Arabic word. So that's why you need to provide transliteration.
I see. Okay.
Thank you so much, brother. Doctor, I have a few questions on the chat box. Can I read the question to you?
Yes, please.
There's a question from Sister Nawalin. Is it allowed to have color in the figure?
Oh yes, please, illustration, be as colorful as you want. No problem with that.
Okay.
Only thing is, can you bear the cost when you will print it? Because you need to submit 2 hard copy to the university. So our previous experience is some students for the university, they print it colored, but for their lecturers, for themselves, they print it as grayscale. So if you want to do that, but if you have the means, why not print all colorful?
Okay, yes. Thank you, Doctor. Can I have, is there any more question? I open one or two questions before we end our session. Any
Excuse me,
more
may I
questions?
ask?
Yes, please.
Doctor, is it allowed to include pictures?
Include?
Pictures, and what is the rule for
Yes, if
including
you're
pictures?
yes, you can include pictures. Don't worry, this is not a haram fatwa here. No one is going to stop you. If it is related to your discussion and you need to discuss and show it, illustrate it, even if it is a picture, is a photo, you can do it. No problem.
Okay. All right, next
I need
question.
One more.
Yes.
Yes, sister.
Assalamualaikum. Doctor, in abstract, following the thesis template provided by CPS, I don't see there is keyword. Is it? But
No.
in some paper there
For
is.
thesis, no keyword.
Oh, okay, okay.
But for publication, journal, you need to provide keywords.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank you, doctor.
Okay, I would like to add, I would like to allow two more questions. Any more questions?
Doctor?
Yes, please.
I want to ask about the bullet you show on the screen.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Let's say the bullet is for the first level. And the number 1 apple is for the second level. Is it the same rule or how?
You mean that under the bullet you want to have numbering?
Yes, yes. Or cannot?
Okay, in that same, you follow the formula. If you think after bullet you want to have 1 or 2 under that bullet, so every time new level you will add 0.8 centimeter. For example, you see here fruits, right? Let's say you want to put number 1 here. Like this, right? So what I will do, I see it didn't come out auto. Wait, we can make it first auto. Okay, all right, you see here. So Allah. So I click on the number, right click, I just list indent. All right, so that the bullet was on top was 1.2. All right, so the number 1 under the bullet will be 2.0, and text indent in that case will be 2.8. Tab stop will be 2.8, like this.
Oh, okay, understood. Thank you so much, Doctor.
All right.
Thank you so much.
I will accept one more last question, one more final question from the audience.
Excuse me, Professor.
Yes.
As there are 2 style of English, like American English and British English. So in our thesis, which style should we follow?
This we are following. That one is between you and your supervisor and your kuliah. But we need to be consistent. If you are writing in British English, then you have to make sure from starting till end you are following that. Okay, so we are following American or English?
I think English.
British English, yes. So that means we have to be consistent. What you can do is, there is a way to set the language. in your computer. When you set the language in your laptop and region, because when you buy a new laptop, you set the region and language, right? So in that you choose English. For example, you see if I
okay, thank you, Professor.
You see here time and language in your laptop or your computer. If I go to time and language, all right, I go to language. Okay, you see here the default setting is English, United States. If I set this, so I need to add language first. All right, add language. All right, so I will go to English. Wait a minute. Options. No, where is it?
British English.
I have to add language now. Okay, so you have Australia, Canada, India, Jamaica, Philippines, United Kingdom. Okay.
Sorry, doctor, we only see the words, the Microsoft words.
Oh, sorry, because anyway, you can you go to your laptop or PC setting, and you go to time and language, and then in time and language you can choose, you can add United Kingdom English. All right, so then it will tell you when you come back to your words. If you are writing American English, it will tell you it is wrong. It will indicate with a red line. Okay. All right. So anything else?
I think that's all, Doctor. Oh, by the way, please fill in the feedback form that has been shared in the chat box. Okay, if you want Dr. Farid to have another session of thesis formatting, please write down the comments there so that CPS will consider to have another special session, a longer session, hands-on session with Dr. Farid, inshallah, with your request. So please fill in the feedback form so that CPS will consider more session if we need. Okay, I believe all of us need more formatting session, a longer session, at least half a day, to learn about these formatting techniques, and so to help us to have a better, a perfect thesis for submission to CPS for graduation, inshallah. All right.
Inshallah,
Thank you so
inshallah.
much. I would like to thank on behalf of CPS and PGSS. I'm from I am one of the PGSS school member. I would like to we would like to say thank you to Dr. Muhammad Farid Ali for giving a wonderful and very knowledgeable session today. It enlightened us a lot on thesis formatting. Thank you so much, Doctor. And to all brothers and sisters, I would like to welcome you again to the Garden of Knowledge and Virtue. All right. With that, let's end our session with Surah Al-As. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Farid.
With
Okay,
that, thank you
welcome.
so much, everyone. Thank you for
Thank you,
attending the
Doctor.
sessions, for the 3 days Ta'aruf session. We hope to see
Thank you,
you again,
Doctor.
inshallah.
Thank you, Doctor.
Inshallah,
Assalamualaikum
welcome.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Doctor.
Wassalamu.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, Prof. And thank you, everybody.
And also Dr. Assalamualaikum.
Salam wa rahmatullah.
Thank
you,
you.
Doctor.
Nice height.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you, Dr.
Sister Damia. Sister Damia.
Yes, Brother Saiful.
Okay. Gini, saya nak tanya, kalau saya klik dekat Facebook PG Student punya society, dan in the list apa schedule and online link for kuliah based ta'aruf tu kan, dalam tu co-ed dia tak ada dalam senarai.
Co-ed ada. Cuba tengok yang baru.
Yang baru Yang ni saya klik gambar tu kan. Dia nombor 9 tu dia tulis tarikh Thursday 18 of Feb. And then the second column date and day tu dia repeat. Adakah itu co-ed on the kuliah? You can see that. Yang apa in the first 4 jam tu kan apa yang recently tu updated schedule and online for kuliah based ta'aruf.
Untuk co-ed boleh refer dengan kuliah sebab dia tak bagi kita link.
I see. Sebab saya try contact co-ed pun daripada yesterday tak dapat nak tanya pasal benda ni.
Kena cuba email PIC.
Email pun sudah tak ada balas. Sebab tu saya tanya.
Okey, email dekat siapa
Sister Fajariah.
Fajariah ya. Okey, tak apa. Nanti saya cuba remind Sister Fajariah untuk check email.
Okey boleh.
Okey Maaf sebab kami pun receive daripada kuliah macam tu.
Okey. Tak apa. Terima kasih.
Apa dia?
Dekat chat tu dia dah kata co-ed Jumaat depan. Dia kata co-ed Jumaat depan.
Tak, dia tak ada link sebenarnya. Okey, thank you brother.
Okey. Terima kasih.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.